All right, let's get this video started, because we got a lot to talk about. I told y'all in my last video when I did with the 50 Cent, Rick, he ain't gonna like the little kumbaya picture that Big Meech took with Rick Ross. Remember that video? And people in my comments like, nah, you reaching, Big Meech, he a grown man. Yeah, that part. But I had to break it down, the back end of that whole situation. You just don't play around with Fifth like that, just trying to like allegedly slap him in the face. Basically, that's a slap in the face. Like, I'm gonna do it now. You don't do what you want, nigga. I made meals for you. I made your son a superstar. But coming to this video, now actually 50 Cent responded, and it wasn't nice. And in his platform, he responded, and it said BMF, and it said, who is Tammy Cowins? Oh, we're going to remind y'all who his Tammy is. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. We back here with another video. Smash that thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. That junk ain't going to hurt your feelings. It ain't going to cost you. None of that. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Keep that notification bell on. Share this video. Shout out to my members that got their membership. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to my day one subscribers. Let's get this copyright out the way, because we got to get straight to this story. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational, entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel, on this channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational, entertainment purpose. The clips and videos I play are also owned by the original creators. So for the people that didn't think that 50 ain't going to say nothing, let this marinate in your brain, man. And I told y'all, you can't play with a dude like Fifth. He's doing a lot. He's getting y'all pockets fat. Pause. And people in the comment, yo, Big Meech been had meals. Okay, nigga, but that was illegal money. That part. What are we talking about here? We talking about legal money turning your son to a superstar. Remember, 50 paid for Little Meech, acting school, all that type of, that part. What are we talking about? I sit back, I wait. Yeah, 50 paid for that. He paid for Little Meech acting school and all that extra shit, yeah, to get him right. And now that shit took him to a whole nother level, right? He getting more money than rappers. That part, meaning Little Meech. But see, when you play games like this, when you want to kumbaya and huddle and smile with Rick Ross or somebody that 50 Cent actually don't like, and we all know the people that he dislike, he don't want no type of connection with them. That's a win on Rick Ross' side. Pause. That's a win on him. But that's a slap in the face to Fifth. So Fifth came back with a response. Who was Tammy Cowins? And if y'all know who Tammy Cowins is, she's supposed to be, well, not even supposed to be, she's a government informant that set up a couple of people back in the past. She's supposed to be the third party that's involved with Big Meech getting people knocked off, to knock off his sentence to get low. But pause, people gonna be like, yo, but he's still dead like 20-something joints. Oh, we're gonna get to all that. Y'all forgot Cuffy? Oh, y'all forgot who Cuffy is? Cuffy's a dude from St. Louis that been pushing this narrative and this story out for the last 2 years. Remember when Blue Da Vinci was on Can Capone? We're going to get to the interview. When Blue Da Vinci was on Can Capone News, and Cuffy from St. Louis, heavy hitter, he called up. And he had a few things he had to say about the Tammy situation. Yeah, she's a government informant, and she was the third party. That's why you think it all makes sense. Why you think Fifth post this on his platform, the truth and nothing but the truth, BMF. Who is Tammy Cowins? Come on, man. Let's stop playing here. So now the story now is, because people said Big Meech actually snitched or whatever, and the person that he used to try to break his sentence down or whatever, we're going to get to this whole story in a few. He used Tammy Cowins, his secretary. She worked with BMF in the past. He signed over his rights as far as like on the BMF and all that to her, because she was legit back in 2009 and 8. We're going to get to all that too. But see, Tammy ended up being in the whole informant, that part. And she's still down with BMF. She's part of the BMF series. She's like executive producer or some shit like that. But why would Fifth post that up? Who is Tammy? Why would you post that up knowing that she was a government informant involved in the street activities out there in them streets? That part. Why would you even put that out there, Fifth? You know why? Because he didn't like what the hell Big Meech did, kumbaya and hugging with Rick Ross, smiling and all that shit. Fifth ain't going for that. He ain't going for that, bro. Let's get straight to it, though, man. Let's get straight to it. Let's get to the first lady from BMF talking about Tammy. Let's refresh our mind a little bit. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, because I've been told y'all this shit was going to jump off. Fifth don't tolerate that type of pettiness you trying to do. Slap him all in the face and kumbaya and smiling with niggas he don't like. It's a business competition. That's what y'all got to twist it at. Them niggas ain't in hip-hop, meaning Ross and Fifth. They more in a business. They entrepreneurs. They got money in all types of investments. So now they in that league competing with each other. They still don't like each other. I done broke that shit down in my 50 video. Go check that out. But let's get to the first lady of BMF talking about Tammy Cowins. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, like one up. Y'all already know the vibes, man.
Something that I did to Tammy. And I was like, I really couldn't think, like, I almost kind of forgot, like Tammy, they told me her whole name. They told me, I forget the verbiage that they used, but they said that I was messing with one of their people, that she was a government informant, but they use another term, but I know what it means, a government informant, and then I was messing up their investigation. And that do I know that by me being a felon, that they could what they was going to charge me with, and that they could lock me up. My lawyer had the conversation with them, and they said, okay. So a few minutes later, they were still trying with the scare tactic. And I'm just like, okay, what y'all gonna do? Y'all already talked to my lawyer. Am I arrested or what? Because I said, you can't prove that I said anything to this lady. I said, we had one conversation, and it wasn't about me having her knocked off or doing anything.
You heard that, right? Now, that's the first lady from BMF. Go do y'all research on her. She talked about this on Vlad TV also. That part. A lot of people was like, oh, she hating this and that. See, people didn't know who Tammy was. Tammy was a whole secretary back in them days when we was watching BMF popping them bottles and all that shit in the DVD era. Tammy was in the cut. She was doing secretary work, all that shit. You know what I mean? The legal work, the side money they had the investment on and all that shit, Big Meech. Why do you think? See, people think Big Meech was just running birds and shit all in the streets. And I mean, with them heavy birds, y'all know what them birds is. I ain't got to explain that. But people think that he was just out there doing that. Nah, he had legal shit going on also. And Tammy was the one handling that shit allegedly. What according to Blue Da Vinci and everybody, even allegedly, this facts, because she's still around. Let's continue though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we ain't done. We ain't even get to when Cuffy from St. Louis called in and explained this whole situation. Yeah, that part.
Locked up but not silenced, Big Meech still had influence from behind bars. He signed over his life rights in 2008 to his assistant, Tammy Cowins, hoping to share his story.
I'm going to pause right there. We're going to get right back to that. Hold up. He signed his life rights, you know what I mean, to make movies, get to the TVs and all that, to Tammy. She was a secretary, she was assistant, whatever. She was in that legal route. So when he went in, whatever, he signed all that shit off to her. That part. So y'all can know what's going on here. Y'all can know what's Tammy's position back in 2008 and 9. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's nasty work on Big Meech too, man. We're going to get to it though.
Locked up but not silenced, Big Meech still had influence from behind bars. He signed over his life rights in 2008 to his assistant, Tammy Cowins, hoping to share his story through movies and TV shows. This led to the infamous BMF TV show, produced by 50 Cent, showcasing the glitzy yet gritty lifestyle of BMF. There was a catch to this arrangement that Big Meech did not see coming, and keep watching to find out the shocking twist to it all. Here's where the story takes a dark turn. In 2009, just a year after Meech signed his life rights to Tammy Cowins, rumors surfaced that Tammy began working with the feds as an informant to bring down high-profile drug traffickers. Was this true? And if so, did Meech know? Or did he unknowingly hand over his story to someone who was cooperating with law enforcement? What really happened between Meech and Tammy and the rest of the BMF? Stick around as we break down.
That's the big question. when Meech, hold on, before we go, let's pedal back. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. For the people that haven't smashed, smash the like button. That's how you support. Cash App in my description if you want to donate. Cash App is definitely in my description on my channel. But did Big Meech know she was an informant when he signed his life rights away and all that, and 1 or 2 years later she became a government informant? Nah, Smoke, maybe Meech ain't know though. This was some people gonna say in the comments. Maybe Big Meech ain't know. Maybe at that time. All right, let me ask y'all a question. Say like a year later, Big Meech found out she was a government informant. He could have got some lawyers up and all that, get his life rights back and all that type of situation. Am I lying? What are we talking about? Maybe not right away. Probably would have took a couple of years. But why would you still have that lady hang around all these years later? If you knew she was a government informant, she turned into a government informant. That's the big question. And if Big Meech knew about it, what that makes him look like? Remember, they're saying that she's involved with this third party to get Cuffy from St. Louis locked up. We're gonna get to him. He got paper. He got the man. Listen, this paperwork, man. You just gotta read that shit. They say. We're gonna get to it. Meech's name ain't in the paperwork. That's what people got it confused. But he used her as a third party. That's what Cuffy's saying. Let's continue, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, but we ain't done.
Even do that. So it's 2015, I get the paperwork.
Now, this Blue Da Vinci right here talking. This is, check him out.
Even do that. So it's 2015, I get the paperwork, and I'm feeling like that. I'm like, nah, this, what the, hold on. I'm reading this, and how it's reading it looked like the just smashing Meech. That's how I read, because a third party. It's not him.
Now, I'm going to pause it there. For people that don't know, Blue was smashing Tammy first. For the people that, hold up, Smoke, what you, go do y'all research. Blue got an interview talking about that on, I think on Can Capone, whatever. One of them interviews. Everybody know that from BMF. Blue, everybody know that. Blue, that was Blue Da Vinci. He was smashing Tammy first. And then somebody, you know what I mean? He wasn't having her like a girl. You know, it was just like a little fling going off and on. She ended up, you know what I mean, stop messing with him. And then that's what Blue's like, yo, that's when I think Big Meech started smashing that shit after. Let's continue.
Even do that. So it's 2015, I get the paperwork, and I'm feeling like that. I'm like, nah, this, what the, hold on. I'm reading this, and how it's reading it looked like the just smashing Meech. That's how I read, because a third party. It's not him doing it. It's her doing it. It's just her saying, he's got me going to do all of these things, police officers. And the police officer give her the hot phone to go hook it up and go bam the situation. But it's not Meech going to the police saying, let's do this.
Then there's Tanisa Welch, who was on parole when she had a heated conversation with Tammy. Tammy had allegedly disrespected her, and in retaliation, Tanisa threatened Tammy. Not knowing who Tammy really was, shortly after, Tanisa was called in by her parole officer, who informed her that threatening a government informant could land her back in prison. Tanisa seemed genuinely traumatized by the situation, knowing she could land back.
Remember her? Oh, let's go back to what she said. That's the first clip I just played. Remember, she's on parole. That's the first lady from BMF. She going back and forth with Tammy, not knowing who Tammy is. She heard of Tammy, but not knowing exactly who she is till later on. The parole officer told her who she was. She like, what? She's a government informant under the BMF branch at that time. Let's go back. People, let's peep this.
Something that I did to Tammy. And I was like, I really couldn't think, like, I almost kind of forgot, like Tammy, they told me her whole name. They told me, I forget the verbiage that they used, but they said that I was messing with one of their people, that she was a government informant, but they use another term, but I know what it means, a government informant, and then I was messing up their investigation. And that do I know that by me being a felon, that they could have, what they was going to charge me with, and that they could lock me up. My lawyer had the conversation with him, And they said, okay. So a few minutes later, they were still trying with the scare tactic. And I'm just like, okay, what y'all gonna do? Y'all already talked to my lawyer. Am I arrested or what? Because I said, you can't prove I said anything to this lady. I said, we had one conversation and it wasn't about me having her knocked off or doing anything.
I sit back. I'll wait. Oh, man. Now we're going to get to Cuffy. Now for people who don't know who Cuffy from St. Louis is. Give me a second, pardon me. Cuffy, that's a legendary dude from St. Louis. Now, everybody know about J-Bo. J-Bo is the light-skinned brother. Hold up, let's get the J-Bo clip talking about Blue Da Vinci being a rap also, whatever. Because remember, I'm not taking no sides. I believe Blue probably said something too. That's why he got the less time, whatever. And I believe, listen, allegedly from Cuffy and all this coming out with Tammy being the government informant, it's hard for us not to believe. It's hard for me not to believe that Big Meech didn't know that goddamn lady was a government informant for all them years. It's hard for me to believe that. And she on Cuffy paperwork. That's the shit right there. Cuffy gonna explain this. This shit, this is nasty work. I'm telling y'all, man. But let's get to J-Bo, because everybody remember J-Bo, the light-skinned nigga. Nah, Cuffy is he's way heavier than J-Bo. Cuffy, shout out to my St. Louis niggas. They know what I'm talking about. People that know Cuffy know what I'm talking about. Remember, it wasn't BMF when they landed in St. Louis. We seen the documentaries, all that. Remember, when they left Detroit, when he ended up in St. Louis, it wasn't BMF quite there yet. He met Cuffy. That's when things started rolling even more. Big Meech started seeing the mills, according to Cuff, according to a lot of people that vouched that story, that Big Meech started seeing millions when he got to St. Louis and he met Cuffy. Because Cuffy was already heavy. Pause. Let's get to J-Bo, though.
Or did he not cooperate?
Man, look, man. Me personally, I never seen no paperwork on Blue. And prison rule, if you don't have paperwork, really don't bring this shit to me. But it's a difference when I'm the paperwork. So I think Blue told. I know Blue told. He told on me, he probably told on you can't pick no motherfuckers who you gonna tell on. They gonna ask you about ask you about whoever, whatever, and you gonna have to answer them questions about them. So the reason that I felt, even the book had just came out when I was in prison. I read that whole book and I was like, God damn.
J-Bo saying that Blue Da Vinci told. He said he ain't see no paperwork. Now remember, I always scream this little term out if y'all been watching my videos. I always saying in this era that we live in now, there's no such thing sometimes of people being on paperwork. They could just straight erase that shit off. You're the paperwork, meaning that you're the one walking around, nigga, getting information. You the paperwork. Your name ain't gonna be no paperwork out for niggas to find out, because that shit gonna be sealed, locked in. The feds got that. They're gonna handle that for you. You're the paperwork. Remember I always say that? J-Bo said it himself. He said there's no paperwork on Blue. But I still believe when I read that book and all that shit, I mean, the BMF, whatever book that dropped, whatever, he was like, God damn, that was Blue. Like I said, man, Blue Pie said something. Big Meech used Tammy as a third party to get some information and all that shit. That's the reason why he's home now. We don't know, but we're going to get to Cuffy from St. Louis. Let's get to him, though. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And like one up. Y'all already know the vibes. Free Cuffy, man.
Activities.
A kingpin from St. Louis called Cuffy, who was a part of the BMF St. Louis division, he was sentenced to 27 years in prison for racketeering, trafficking, and other charges. Well, him and his family are now being really public about them believing and thinking and stating for a fact that Big Meech told on him. And Big Meech is the reason why he's been sentenced to 27 years in prison. So they don't believe that Big Meech should be celebrated. As a matter of fact, they believe that Big Meech should be condemned as a rat when he comes home.
In 2008, while behind bars, Big Meech made a pivotal decision. He signed over his life rights, meaning the rights to tell his story through TV shows, movies, and merchandising, to his assistant, Tammy Cowins. This is the same Tammy Cowins who would later become one of the executive producers of the BMF TV series with 50 Cent.
Let that marinate. Now let's get to Cuffy himself calling. And he gonna explain and break this shit down for y'all. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, man.
I got Cuffy right here, man, St. Louis legend. You know what I'm saying? And I know people heard me speak about Meech's paperwork situation with the last interview that we had, and a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say. They don't believe it, Blues hating. You know what I'm saying? And when I went back and I looked at everything, I was like, you know what, bro? It's only right and only one way to really do it. Only one way to really do it and just let dog speak for itself. So I wanted him to call in, and this is him calling in during the interview. Go ahead, Cuff, man. You can introduce yourself and take the flow.
Blue, my nigga, what's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, a lot of people, man, is thinking that this thing is made up or this thing is fake or that I have an axe to grind. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, as you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowins, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential Source 1. So what Big Meech did was call a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
Right. So
okay. So can you break down the story? Like, how do you know this? And how'd you come upon this information?
how do you know? How do you came upon this information, though?
We were rewarded what's called a Franks hearing. It's based on a case called U.S. versus Frank. So I would implore your listeners to look the case up. And what a Franks hearing entails is that you're able to cross-examine your accusers, meaning government.
Now that's Cuffy. Shout out to Cuff, free Cuff, man. Now this dude been going on. We ain't done. We got a couple more clips. Yeah, we ain't done. But this dude, shout out to Cuff, meaning Cuff. He been saying this shit for a while now. He's calling up Blue Da Vinci while he's Blue Da Vinci on this interview. Now, Blue Da Vinci, listen, ex-Blue Da Vinci out of this. We're talking about Cuffy and Tammy because she's connected to Cuffy's situation, meaning his case. He's saying that he got 27 joints because of Tammy, because Tammy put the feds onto Cuffy. And who introduced on Tammy to who introduced Cuffy to Tammy? That was Big Meech. So he went back, did his research. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is nasty work, man.
Meaning government agents, meaning informants, and so on and so forth, just like a regular trial. So this was testified in court.
Period. Point blank.
This was testified in court that I became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
That's what was said on the stand, bro. The lady became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. But I think people would ask the question of this, though. This is what I got hit with a lot is, all right, then if he did it to get a time cut, then how come he still did all that time in jail?
Well, what they don't understand is that he never received the time cut because what came out was that she had an illicit sexual relationship with Special Agent Keith Cromer.
Special Agent Keith Cromer.
Handler. But her first DA handler was the guy, as you should know, Blue, who brought the BMF indictment, Special Agent Jack Harvey.
Special Agent Jack Harvey is the person that locked us all up, who's also the person that locked up Terry White, which was her first case as a DEA agent.
Bingo. Her first case to get somebody time The help the feds, pardon me, the help the feds was Terry White. Terry White ended up getting, whoever Terry White is, he ended up getting 30 joints. She helped the feds knocking that brother off. Now I'm gonna sit back. Over here. That goddamn, that little thumbs up crap. Anyway, I'm gonna sit back here and ask y'all a question. What that make Big Meech? I sit back, I'll wait. I want to hear y'all smoking, y'all commenting below. What the hell do that make Big Meech? If you signed your life rights away in 2008, whatever, she became a foreman in 2009, a year after. Later on down the line, continued being an informant, knocked off Terry White, was trying to knock off other cartels, whatever probably back end shit she was doing. Cuffy gonna continue talking. This shit ain't looking right. What that make Big Meech? You got a whole government informant running around that's under your team, and she got your life rights and all that shit, trying to do the movies, because the reason why they didn't do the movie, because Cuffy said, he's gonna explain that to y'all. Cuffy signed out of that. Because Cuffy's part of that shit. They did the TV series and all that, but as far as blockbuster movie, nah, I think Cuffy kind of blocked that right there. Let's continue though, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, what that make Big Meech? If you got a whole secretary assistant as a whole government informant.
And then he retired. He retired after he got them 60 years.
Yeah, he retired, and then her handler became a brother by the name of Keith Cromer, Special Agent Keith Cromer, who was also fired behind this particular case. So Meech never received the time cut because, unbeknownst to a lot of people, it's against the law to have a sexual relationship or any personal relationship with a government informant.
Somehow, some way, because I don't know how, she met Special Agent Jack Harvey. You could leave that up to question. How did Big Meech's personal assistant / the person that handles all this business / the person that owns BMF Entertainment to this day since 2008?
Special Agent Jack Harvey. She put her with Harvey.
So now she meets Special Agent Jack Harvey, and then she starts working for Special Agent Jack Harvey, but not for the Meech case. It was for a whole nother case first. It was for Terry White. But once that case went well, okay, and once that went past and Terry White got his 30 years, Special Agent Jack Harvey retired. But now she was ready to go do the case for Meech and help get Meech his time cut. So now when Meech came up, it was a new person that came on, and his name was what's his name again, big homie?
Special Agent Keith Cromer.
Special Agent Keith Cromer is the.
Need I say more? What the hell do that make Big Meech, man? We ain't done. Let's continue. We ain't done, man. We ain't done.
Is the new special agent after Jack Harvey retired. Now,
before we continue, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video.
Is the new special agent after Jack Harvey retired. Now, he's her handler. And they engulfed in a personal relationship, sexual, or however they called it in the court. And through that relationship, it tainted the case, and it was dishonorable at that point. They had to throw that out. That's why Meech didn't get out. So now you post.
All right, let me explain it to y'all, because we're going to go back. When Miss Tammy over here got Terry White, whatever, 30 years, whatever, that DEA agent, he retired after that. So now the next one up, the help, she was going to help. She was helping, according to Cuffy, according to what Cuffy's saying, and Blue Da Vinci is breaking it down also with Cuffy to explain it, because it's all in the paperwork. The new DEA, the one that she worked with, she allegedly had an affair with the dude. You can't do that while you're working the case and trying to help them, and you're trying to help Big Meech allegedly lower his sentence bid. So when they found out about the affair, boom, that's automatically X'd out now. The situation that helped Big Meech come home sooner. That is true. That's on the books. That ain't no goddamn fantasy story made up shit. Nah. When a foreman end up having an affair with a DEA that's running that case, whatever, they got an affair going on, that case gonna get dismissed. Because now is you playing with favor with favor. That's a no-no in the court. That's a no-no in the law. So that do make sense. Let's continue though. We ain't done. But like I said, what the hell do that make Big Meech? If this lady was an informant, and if y'all think this ain't true, why would 50 Cent post that on his goddamn platform? I don't even think this lady probably working on the next series. Man, listen, something going on, man. Like I said, 50 could be petty when he wants to. Let's continue though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Is the new special agent after Jack Harvey retired. Now he's her handler. And they engulfed in a personal relationship, sexual, however they called it in the court. And through that relationship, it tainted the case, and it was dishonorable at that point. They had to throw that out. That's why Meech didn't get out. So now you pose the question of why is my big homie Cuff still in jail? And go ahead, Cuff, you can let them know why, how that happened.
From that conspiracy, they indicted me on 2 murder charges. Subsequently, I pled guilty to 2 gun charges in exchange for them dropping the murder charges.
Now, how did they, hold on, let me ask this for you. Right quick. How did they get you on something that was totally different from the case that Meech and them had you in a wiretap for?
Out of a totally different, nothing to do with the drug conspiracy, but they falsely accused it as being a part of the drug conspiracy. And then they brought about the gun charges. That's using the gun charges in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime.
This call is from a federal.
Y'all think Cuffy lying, or y'all think he just hating on Big Meech and all this? I just want to hear what y'all got to say. I'm only here to break this shit down and try to explain on my opinion. I want to hear y'all smoking your opinion also. But so, do y'all think Cuffy lying and all this? Because y'all can do y'all research on Cuffy. Y'all can do y'all research on Cuff. Homie got a whole documentary coming out about this shit soon. I think it's dropping this summer probably, if I am mistaken. The man said, man, Tammy's on his paperwork. He read that shit. He broke it down. He's like, man, listen. And then he broke shit 2 and 2 down. He like, hold up. Big Meech used her as a third party. When he got the paperwork. Go back in the beginning when he explained this shit. But see, people got to confuse. Nah, but Big Meech's name ain't on the paper. That shit don't mean nothing when you use a third party. If you know what's going on here. If you use a third party to handle that business, whatever, your name is not going to be in that paperwork. That part. What are we talking about here, man? She was a whole government informant for Big Meech. They tried to lower his sentence. But at that time, they did. Because she had allegedly had an affair with the DA that was running that case or running that situation. It's nasty work.
Okay, and did they hit you with a superseding indictment or just?
They superseded me.
So they came out of that case that y'all was in court for and hit you with a whole brand new case that had nothing to do with that at all.
Didn't have nothing to do. Yeah, it still had something to do with that. They still let the drug conspiracy stand between Tammy Cowins and myself.
Oh.
That she started. They was on the phone busting moves. For the people that can't catch up, Tammy had Cuffy on a wiretap. Cuffy got introduced by Tammy through Big Meech. That part. When he went back, when he got the paperwork for the shit that he explained in the beginning of the clip, when his lawyers was able to get this shit finally for him, he started breaking that shit down. She was the government informant, Tammy. She got Terry White 30 years. Then that's when he got set up by her on a wiretap, because you got to remember, Big Meech was already locked up before Cuffy. They came and got Cuffy, I think, right after that, whatever, if I'm not mistaken. If they both was in the streets, Meech had to been locked up for Cuffy to get introduced to Tammy through the wiretap and all that shit. So that tells you right there, Meech locked up, Cuffy in the streets. He get introduced to Tammy, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, he get 27 joints. That shit looks suspicious as hell to me. And this lady been a government informant since 2009. Right after me signed his life rights and all that shit, son. Let's continue, man.
Okay, and did they hit you with a superseding indictment or just?
They superseded me.
So they came out of that case that y'all was in court for and hit you with a whole brand new case that had nothing to do with that at all.
Didn't have nothing to do. Yeah, it still had something to do with that. They still let the drug conspiracy stand between Tammy Cowins and myself.
Oh.
And she started. That's the only way that they can continue to have jurisdiction. They had to leave the drug charges there.
Oh, see, I thought that they said, all right, well, this case is over, but we
pick up murder charges or gun charges unless it's tied to something. If it's not tied to anything, then the government don't have jurisdiction. So a carjacking has to be tied to something. To have a gun charge of using a 924C, as I have, or 924J.
G. Oh, J.
You
Right.
feel me? Discharging a firearm and furthers of a drug trafficking crime that results in death.
Right.
So I might get it confused with Meech was already locked up. It don't even matter. Meech introduced that nigga to Tammy. They started doing business. They went to court, whatever, and that's when he ended up giving them 27 joints. So my question to y'all, what the hell do this make Big Meech? You got a whole informant running around here helping you. Was trying to lower your case down, but Paul's at the end of the day, she had a whole affair. She had a whole affair allegedly with the DA. I don't know, man. That's why people running around saying this. That's why people, when he came on, that's why y'all heard, Big Meech might have said something according to Cuffy. Because why would 50 post this on his platform, the truth and nothing but the truth, BMF, who is Tammy Cowins, with a question mark? Why 50 will post that to the world? For some people, they didn't even know who the hell Tammy was. Now that 50 post, they had to go do their read. This shit is all Google facts. The stories pop up. She's allegedly an informant. All that shit pops up when you Google her. This is nasty work, man. This is nasty work, y'all. But I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what the hell do that make Big Meech? I know some of y'all gonna sit back. Oh, nah, that don't make Big Meech nothing. How the hell that don't make Big Meech nothing when you got his main man from St. Louis, Cuffy, explaining this shit to y'all? Cuffy hating. How the hell he hating? You'll be hating, doing your paperwork, doing your research just like Cuffy did? You trying to come on to your family and kids, right? Exactly. Come on, bro. Let's cut the shenanigans out, man.
This call is from a federal prison.
Originally, I was put with Tammy. I paid for the script. I paid $250,000. That's my script. That's why 50.
Now, this is him talking about the money he put up to do the script and all that shit, the movie. Peep what Cuffy saying. And if y'all don't think Cuffy was playing with money like that, go do y'all research and go ask them St. Louis niggas out there. They'll tell you.
This call is from a federal prison.
Originally, I was put with Tammy.
That's Cuffy in the picture right there next to Meech.
This call is from a federal prison.
Originally, I was put with Tammy. I paid for the script. I paid $250,000. That's my script. That's why 50 when he came in, because we put a cease and desist order in through my attorney. That's why they couldn't do a motion picture. That's why you didn't see the BMF story on the big screen. That's when her and Meech turned the scheme toward me. You feel me? For her cooperation and setting me up, supposed to give Meech a time cut. It puts me in jail, and now they don't have to split any of the revenue with me.
Ouch. That's why they did the TV series. He put the pardon me. Ganja. He put the money up to do the movie shit. They script him out when he got set up, all that shit, boom. They got him up out of that shit. Then they started doing, that's when they came with the TV series. Why you think you don't see Cuffy name mentioned in the TV series or nothing? Come on, man. It's a lot to this shit that a lot of people want to be blind about. That's the goddamn problem.
how did Meech have information on you and give it to Tammy, and how did all that come together where they were able to, you know, put
He
all
said,
that
how
together?
did Meech have information on you and give it to Tammy so you could get caught up in it? How did that happen? So, I mean, you got to go back to the movie shit.
Okay, so, well, let me take them back. So, me and Tammy were working on the BMF movie. I originally had the script and paid for the script for the BMF movie, not the show that 50's doing on Stars. But I originally paid for the script for the BMF movie, so we were shopping the movie.
So Tammy was involved at that time, which is CS1. So the
Tammy Cowins, CS1, had all Meech life rights.
right. And what year was that?
This all the way back in 2009, 2010.
Okay. So this.
We proved that there was a legitimate business.
Right.
Legal business.
Right.
So, well, Meech, so let's take it back. The original target was the guy by the name of Fidel Suarez. That was a Mexican cartel member out of California. He was the initial target.
Right. Fidel Suarez was the initial target out of Cali.
His name is in the paperwork.
Right. That's
Meech and Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Oh, Meech and Tammy was trying to get Suarez.
Exactly. But when the government found out she was in contact with me, they switched the investigation toward me.
Bingo. Need I say more? Free Cuffy, man. They was trying to get somebody else, but then when the government found out Tammy was in contact with him, they switched the whole shit up. Now, and it's going back to what I was saying, but that ain't got nothing to do with Big Meech. Just what a lot of people gonna say, how? She's connected with Big Meech. He met her through Big Meech. Cuffy, what are we talking about here? So Big Meech had to know what the hell was going on with Tammy. You tell me Big Meech was locked up, he don't know what Tammy was doing out here in these streets in the outside world? Man, I sit back, I wait, man. Y'all gotta be blind if y'all gonna believe that type of shit. I'm being honest. And I ain't taking nothing from Big Meech, but at the end of the day, listen, man, what's right is right, is wrong is wrong. If you use the third party to try to cut your bed at that time, but the shit went left because she ended up having an affair, come on, what are we talking about here? How you think he came home a little extra early now? Allegedly, and everything I speak on is alleged, the way he came home now. But according to Cuffy, his 27 years bid came from Tammy Cowins. Why do you think 50 posts that shit up on his platform that way? 50 probably been knew about this shit too, but he was just waiting for one of these niggas to act up. Southwest T started the shit first when he went to go take a picture with Supreme's son. Then now you see Big Meech doing the same shit. And I understand Big Meech is his own man. I understand that. But you come on, there's some type of loyalty and respect at the end of the day. This man bringing millions of legal money to your brand, BMF. Turn your son to a superstar. Pay for his acting school. He did all that shit, Big Meech. So some type of loyalty should be in there. Pause. Like I said in my last video, you could have told Ross, yo, I mean, I'll talk to you in the back. You ain't had to take pictures with this nigga. See, when you take pictures, now the world see it. Now Fifth seeing it. Fifth is like, yo, what the F is going on here? I don't rock with that nigga. Me and him in business competition. That part. What are we talking about? Meaning Rick Ross and 50. They might not be in the rap business rap competition rapping, but they in the business competition. We know that. So there gotta be some type of loyalty right there, man. You can't be doing shit like that. And you don't piss the man off. The man said he gonna do a whole documentary about Tammy Cowins. Go to his platform, you'll see what I'm talking about. Meaning 50 Cent, if you think I'm lying.
I wanted him to call in, and this is him calling in during the interview. Go ahead, Cuff, man. You can introduce yourself and take the flow.
Hello, my nigga. What's up, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, a lot of people, man, is thinking that this thing is made up or this thing is fake or that I have an axe to grind. You feel me?
Right.
But I'm in here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, as you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowins, known in the paperwork as CS1.
Right.
Confidential source 1. So what Big Meech did was call a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowins signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
And how'd you come upon this information?
How do you know? How do you came upon this information, though?
We were rewarded what's called a Franks hearing. It's based on a case called U.S. versus Frank. So I would implore your listeners to look the case up. And what a Franks hearing entails is that you're able to cross-examine your accusers, meaning government agents, meaning informants, and so on and so forth, just like a regular trial. So this was testified in court.
Period. Point blank.
This was testified in court that I became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
That's what was said on the stand, bro. The lady became a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
And she said that in court. How the hell we gonna argue about that? I just wanted to replay that shit again. Y'all can see that shit on the first clip, whatever second clip. But how the hell we gonna argue with that when she took the stand and she said that shit in court? You see, we were looking past all this shit because we look at who Big Meech is. That part. I mean, he's you want to say a street legend, all this. Okay, a lot of people was arguing about that. Why they doing a big party for Big Meech? He poisoned the community, this and that. We seen all the comments because they got a big Miami party going on for Big Meech, a welcome home party type shit. And they got a lot of people performing. That's why this Rick Ross situation came up, because he took a picture with Rick Ross. And I think he going to Rick Ross' car show and got the T-shirt. Like I said, there's got to be some type of loyalty there. All right, I'm going to say one thing before I go up. Did we ever see Little Meech do some clown shit like that before Big Meech came on, before Southwest T came on? I sit back, I'll wait. Why we haven't seen Little Meech did any clown shit that Southwest T did when he took the picture with Supreme's son, acting like he ain't know who? Man, come on, man. Them boys almost took that 50 Cent life, man. Then number two, you got this clown. Then you got Big Meech over here taking a picture with Rick Ross ass over here, clown ass, smiling all in the picture. Did Little Meech ever did some clown shit like that before his two uncles, before his uncle and his father came home? Nope. I sit back, I'll wait. Show me the picture. 50 would have been cut that little nigga off if he did some clown shit like that a long time ago when the BMF first started. Come on, man. That's how you know right there. Because you haven't seen Lil Meech said nothing, because Lil Meech ain't trying to probably get involved. He probably heard his father and I'm like, yo, what y'all niggas doing? We don't know. But you got to understand, Big Meech is a grown-ass man. But see, he been gone so long. That's what people forget. This ain't back in the days. This is a whole new era. When Big Meech was on, there wasn't even no goddamn social media. Half of y'all people was, y'all was just born when Big Meech was out there, to be honest, for the youngins. So Little Meech know the game now, that part. So, I mean, that's why he never did no clown shit like that. I don't care what nobody says. Southwest T and Big Meech just did some clown shit. There's got to be some type of loyalty involved in that, man. This man, like I said, had your son go to acting school and pay for all that shit and made your son a superstar. With that government informant over there with Tammy. Come on, man. 50 been knew about Tammy, believe me. He kept that in the cut. He's like, I'm just going to wait till these niggas act up, nigga. That's all I'm going to do. Once one of y'all niggas act up and start getting big-headed, this one, all right, I'm going to drop this shit right here. Who is Tammy Cowins? Can't play with 50, man. You just can't. He played different. But y'all know what to do, man. Give me y'all comment below. Give me y'all smoke. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Keep that notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping my video. And I'm up out of here, man. Give me y'all smoke about this. How Big Meech look about this, man? He had a whole informant, man. Tammy Cowins, man. For several years. Trying to knock off cartels, all types of shit. Let that marinate. She gave her brother 30 years. Terry White, according to Cuffy and all that. This is all documented. It's nasty work. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. Do me that favor by smashing that like. That's how you support the channel. Donate. Cash App is in the description if you want to donate to the channel. But till then, I'm out of here, man. It's your boy Smoke News TV. If they know, they know. Salute, gang. I'm out.